vintage sand.
Hello, 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 friends. Welcome back. Slightly delayed, but nonetheless, here we are as promised with episode 66, wherein we are going to finally conclude a series of episodes that takes us back to almost the beginning, where we followed the great Danny Peary, excellent critic of the 80s and 90s, and his idea of alternate Oscars, wherein, and his book from 1993, the self-same alternate Oscars, wherein he goes through year by year and lists what won and what should have won. We have now done this for every decade where they gave out Oscars. And they've been some of our, love those episodes, and they've been among our most popular, according to the numbers. If you've been paying attention and taking notes, in episode 65, we started our alternate Oscars, the 2010's, and covered the first half of that decade. And so now we are going to, without any further delay, jump right in and close off that decade and that series. We may still do alternate Oscars later on, maybe with another category, maybe with director or maybe actor or actress or such. But this is a moment for us where we are closing a book. So we left off with 2014, which is such a brilliant year for film. So let us head right in to 2015. And Mike, what was nominated that year?
The nominees were The Big Short, Bridge of Spies, Brooklyn, Mad Max Fury Road, The Martian, The Revenant, Room, and the winner was Spotlight.
Did Carol come out that year?
Yes.
No.
Yes,
it
did.
came out that year, but it wasn't
was
nominated.
not nominated for
and
Best
that's
Picture.
Actually, I think that's the best movie.
It won the New York Film Critics Award.
You and me both again. All right, that is actually my favorite picture. So Spotlight won.
Which is good.
It's a very good movie.
By the way, have you guys watched The Big Short lately?
I didn't like it.
It's interesting. It has aged really, really well.
Really?
I watched
They
it
show
not
it
too long
all
ago.
the
Yeah, I like it.
And
I should add that was the year I saw everything because I was a SAG
You were
nominator,
nominated.
and I was there was a huge party at the public library on 42nd Street for The Big Short after the screening, and they were really good food.
I love.
I just didn't like the movie.
The cute little cameos with Selena Gomez and Anthony Bourdain explaining. I mean, it is actually the most lucid explanation of what happened in 2008 that I've ever seen. Plus, great performances from Steve Carell and Jeremy Strong, and so a strong case could be made for that. Mike, what's your winner for 15?
Well, first, as I said, the New York Critics Award went to Carol. L.A. Critics and National Society of Film Critics also went to Spotlight. My award goes to 45 years.
Okay,
because
you've been consistent with that.
That's where I met Andrew Haigh. He was really, really nice guy. And Charlotte Rampling was there because I got invited to all these screenings, but I didn't get to meet her.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good year.
Yeah.
It was a good year.
Yeah, and there were other films I liked too, but 45 years is, unlike Spotlight. Spotlight I saw, really liked. I guess
I never need to see it again.
Yeah.
I've seen it a few times.
Yeah.
It's a good
okay.
movie.
Yeah, it is. It is. But 45 years, I find myself watching over and over again.
I thought Bridge of Spies was kind of underrated.
Yes, well, because of the main performance. I thought that he was just incredible in that. Well, he always is.
Yeah.
But, and I'm going to throw my favorite music biopic in there, which is the Brian Wilson movie, Love and Mercy.
Oh.
Which, and the scenes with John Cusack as Brian Wilson in his Dr. Landy phase were good and interesting, but Paul Dano as the young Brian Wilson and those scenes where they're recording Pet Sounds and Good Vibrations and Smile, I just thought were brilliant. I really love that movie.
I liked it, yeah. But of course, Paul Dano is a terrible actor, according to Mr. Tarantino.
Oh, well, yeah, that's who I want.
He should talk.
Brooklyn I liked a lot.
I did like Brooklyn.
And
that was my
another
second
film that I didn't really feel I needed to see. She's wonderful in it. Saoirse Ronan.
Ronan,
But,
she is.
Yeah. Ex Machina was that year.
And I wouldn't have seen that movie, because I'm not a fan of sci-fi, if I didn't have to. I felt I had to see everything that was sent to me, and I really liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was really
I think it's
smart.
one of the best sci-fi movies ever.
Yeah, I mean, and Alex Garland's going to come up in my best of the year, too. He's always done interesting stuff. I'm also...
But Mad Max, I know a lot of people loved. I
did not like it.
I felt like I was just getting hit
for
over
what it
the head with a
was.
hammer for 2 hours. And that the only part I really, really was affected by was just that one last look between the two of them at the end of the movie.
Beautiful. Well,
Yeah,
I mean,
and
Charlize Theron, is
She's good.
the best character in an best female character in an action film ever. I would actually go as far as to say. I mean, she makes the movie for me.
I felt the same way, though, as you did,
Yeah.
John. Actually, the other nominees...
But I know a lot of people, they
Oh
love
my
it.
God! People put it on their best of the century list.
It won
yeah.
6 Oscars, I think, all for technical awards. I didn't care for The Reverend.
Kind of a bore.
Yeah.
I was rooting for the bear. Actually, in the big fight, I really was rooting for the bear.
And The Martian is good. It's nothing really special.
I don't remember anything about
I
it.
did not care for Room.
I didn't either.
No.
I think she's really good in it, but
She's great at Brie Larson's great in it.
I don't care for it.
No.
I'm also going to throw out Steve Jobs.
That wasn't bad.
The Michael Fassbender one, not the Ashton Kutcher one. But I thought that.
No, there wasn't.
Yeah, there were like 2 competing Steve Jobs biopics. I
Ashton
thought that
Kutcher.
was a great supporting cast. Kate Winslet and Seth Rogen, and I just thought it. And Fassbender was amazing, and it was really an interesting
He's
story.
always good.
Yeah, even anyway.
Making a note of that one.
That's one to see, and I'm throwing in because I'm the Robert Eggers fan here. That was his first film. That was The Witch, with Anya Taylor-Joy, which was the first time I saw her. And The Witch is absolutely terrifying. It is absolutely terrifying in its own way. So I love that. But John, it sounds like you and I are going Todd Haynes land. Yeah.
Yeah, Carol. I think Carol's great.
And you guys know I'm not a Blanchett lover, but in that when she plays that sort of aristocratic part like she does in Tar, it really, really works. Yeah. And I believed every minute of Carol.
And one of the best last shots ever.
Some people though think it was too much of a wishful thinking kind of thing, that they're going to end up together. In that situation, the two of them would never end up together. In 1952, whenever it was.
Probably not, but who knows?
But who knows? It could be. And I just loved everything about. I mean, the music. Carter Burwell's music is so good. I loved everything about that film.
Well, his score is usually pretty good.
Everybody in it, down to the smallest part, is excellent in it.
There are 3 other films that year that I liked that weren't nominated for anything. Sean Baker's first movie that I was aware of, Tangerine,
made on an iPhone.
On an iPhone, but you wouldn't know it. It was really.
I didn't see that.
Oh, it's
amazing. Yeah, it's amazing.
It's funny. It's like a Almodovar movie shot in L.A. It was.
Not with the scope of Florida Project or Nora.
No, very low budget.
But boy, just wow, yeah, I was so impressed with it.
A very small movie by Paul Weiss with Lily Tomlin called Grandma.
Oh yeah, I like that a lot.
Never saw it.
Oh, I have it.
Yeah.
I'll lend it to you.
I completely forgot about that. That's really good.
It's about a grandmother who helps her granddaughter get an abortion. And it's got this wonderful, and the grandmother's a lesbian, and it has this wonderful cast: Marcia Gay Harden, Julia Garner. First time I ever saw her.
Oh my!
I'll bring.
I have a slight Julia Garner.
I'll bring the movie the next time I see it because I got sent everything that year.
Right, which is partially why Weapons is in my top 10 this year. But that's another story. That's next episode.
Who else was in it? Judy Greer. It's just a really. Just excellent movie. And the other one is the last truly, truly hilarious movie.
Spy.
Is Spy.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And God, why aren't there more comedies?
Absolutely hilarious.
I mean, and we did do an episode early on that, and I think, the answer that we came up with was, that it's basically the global market, is that comedies are not going to play well. So let's spend our money on things blowing up where people don't have to get the jokes.
Yeah.
But really, can you think of a great comedy, pure comedy, since Spy?
No.
I can't.
I mean, there are them. There was one I saw this year that I liked a lot called Splitsville.
Yeah, I mean, and there are movies with
nothing like Spy,
with comic elements in it, like Everything Everywhere All at Once. But
yeah,
but a pure, straight up comedy. The only one I'm going to throw, and that's just a personal thing, is King of Staten Island. Because I
didn't find that funny.
See, you're not from Staten Island. That's why. I mean, they absolutely nailed it. But I mean, that was basically Trainwreck, except instead of Amy Schumer, it's Pete Davidson. So yeah, but. That we'll have to come back to that because it's a really interesting topic. But I'm with you, Mike. I miss comedy.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
So and we need
That's
it.
why
now.
I find myself often returning to watching older movies because they made really great comedies in the 30s and 40s.
I'm doing for my new series with the Virtual Film Society. We're doing Preston Sturgis. Those 7
I was
films.
watching the Great McGinty last
There
night.
was yeah.
So good.
It was politics night last night.
Oh my God! Just the boss's line. You think I'm all? Of course I'm in charge of Reform Party. You think I'm going to starve if they change administrations? It's beautiful. Funnier now in some ways than it was back in 1940. So all right. So Michael's on 45 years,
Right.
and John and I are both on the luminous. Carol, and my favorite Cate Blanchett performance, and God, it's just a perfect movie. Moving on to 2016, let's make sure we give it to the right film,
Yes.
because Warren and Faye almost did not, but there you go.
Well, they didn't.
Yes, they did. They announced the wrong film. That was kind of classic. But
Anyway, the real winner was Moonlight.
yes.
And the other nominees were Arrival, Fences, Hacksaw Ridge, Hell or High Water, Hidden Figures, La La Land, Lion, Manchester by the Sea.
Yeah.
And the New York Critics Award went to La La Land,
Dun, dun,
and
dun,
the
dun,
LA
dun,
Film
dun, dun.
Critics and National Society of Film Critics went to Moonlight.
Went to Moonlight. Moonlight's the first segment in Moonlight is
Yes.
perfect, and then
Yes, and I'm sorry, who's the director? Jenkins?
Barry Jenkins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks like he learned his craft from watching Claire Ackerman, because that third scene went on and all the cooking and the cooking and the cooking.
There was a lot of cooking. Yeah.
And I'm
It's like the meatloaf in John Dielman.
Yes,
God.
and I'm one of the few gays I know who does not like that movie.
Yeah,
I don't see what the big deal was. It was okay. It was fine.
Well, and I like Mahershala Ali, and,
Yes,
and I was happy that he
absolutely.
won supporting for
Yeah.
that. But I also like Hacksaw Ridge. I mean, I despise Mel
I
Gibson.
never
as he,
saw it.
It's well, I understand.
No, I should have seen it.
I mean, Mel Gibson is not my favorite, but Roman Polanski is not my favorite human being either.
I liked Arrival a lot.
Oh my God, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I am just endlessly furious that Denis Villeneuve has not even been nominated for Best Director.
Not at all,
Yeah,
man.
Not
but,
for Arrival, not
if
for
I'm gonna have
Sicario.
to choose one, I think I'm going with Hell or High Water.
Me too.
That's my second. That's my. You know what I'm choosing. I mean,
Yeah.
it
Yes,
wasn't
I know.
even a question.
Hey,
before
everybody
we
likes
began.
that film except John and me.
And
I
again,
liked it more the second time I watched it.
and I
You got
reiterate.
through it a second time,
Well, I wanted to give it a
huh? I
chance.
saw it once was enough for me.
reiterate that I love La La Land because of the tribute it pays to a film I love even more, which is Cherbourg. I mean, it is such a lovely tribute to Umbrellas of
It was
Cherbourg.
on Turner Classic
Yes,
Movies.
today was
Yeah.
foreign language film day.
And I love Ryan. I love everything about that film. It is one of the best, and it is when we did our favorite openings of movies and our favorite endings of movies back in like episode 6 and episode 15. La La Land was the movie for me that was on both, because I know you guys don't love Another Day of Sun, but it is a great, very theatrical opening, and then the end, the alternate end, what might have been,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
seeing their future as it might have gone played out in the 8mm film, and
It's actually really sad.
it's beautiful.
Yeah. Oh,
and
yeah.
they're not unhappy. They both have achieved
Yeah.
their dreams.
Yeah.
Seb owns the club and plays there, and she's become a movie star, and yet, there is that.
Oh yeah,
sadness
there's that
hanging
glance
over it.
between them, and
Ah.
they're both thinking, what if?
And then Chazelle went and did First Man and then Babylon. So I don't know what he fell off.
God,
again.
Babylon. Oh, my God. I liked Hidden Figures, which I'm not...
Perfect.
I really liked it a lot. I know you didn't care for it.
It was okay. I don't know. The Kevin Costner character kind of annoyed me.
Yeah, it was they did a lot of liberal borrowing from Right Stuff and other films like that. I mean, the actual shot of John Glenn's capsule coming back was directly ripped off from the Right Stuff.
A Whit Stillman movie that came out that year, which is worth checking out, Love and Friendship. It's a Jane Austen story.
I've seen it.
Kate Beckinsale is great.
Yeah.
There you go.
I remember that.
I did not see that, but
It's worth checking out.
I was a Whit Stillman
I'm
fan.
going to cheat a little. OJ Made in America.
Oh.
I don't think that's cheating. I think, we are...
Amazing.
Yeah.
And it's not just really about him. It's really about
it's the
racism in
American
America.
story. Yeah, absolutely.
I have to
100%.
say, the nominees in general, I was not... Arrival, I just don't remember that. I know it was a good movie, but I don't remember much
Oh
about
my
it.
God, it's so beautiful in the time structure and it introduced me to. It's based on a story by Ted Chiang called "The Story of Your Life," which is one of the most beautiful sci-fi, one of the most beautiful
that's
stories
why.
I've ever read. Period. And the performances are great, and the whole idea is anyway.
I thought Fences I thought it was miscast.
Well, again, we got to see James Earl Jones,
Yes.
Originate that role
Yes.
back in the 80s on
Oddly
stage.
enough, I saw Washington do it on stage, and it was because there was distance. It was better, but here I thought you got really nice teeth, and not only that, but you could see the
Good
stretch.
teeth are important.
You could see the stretch marks. You could see
Yeah.
it was a filmed play. There was nothing really
yeah.
exciting about
Yes.
the film. I remember disliking Lion.
I didn't even see it.
That's I know Nicole Kidman was in it, and I thought Manchester by the Sea was terribly overrated.
Overrated. I saw it once. I was like,
Yeah.
okay, this is fine. I'm not a Michelle Williams fan, so
Yeah, well, I was surprised he got the Oscar. Affleck
Casey
Who
Affleck,
else
yeah.
was nominated that year? I forget.
for actor. I don't know. Well, Denzel
I'm
Washington.
sure you do.
Jay,
I don't know anyone who watches Manchester by the Sea anymore. I never see it on HBO or on, it's not featured on the screen yet.
Can't remember it showing anywhere
Yeah.
since it came out.
But why do you guys like Hell or High Water is a film that not everybody knows about. So I mean, what is it that you love about that?
Jeff Bridges.
Well, everybody in it is
He's
good.
really
but
good.
There's that moment, if we're going to center on Jeff Bridges, where he's the one who goes up to the rocks with the other guy
Right.
to shoot the one who killed his partner. But that the mixture of emotions that he has there of like, oh, I got him, the elation and the grief at the same time. I was just absolutely amazed, like taken in by the moment emotionally, but at the same time as an actor watching it, like, how the hell did you do that?
Yeah. Well, he's Jeff Bridges. He's the dude. He
Yeah.
can
It
do
isn't
anything.
my favorite movie of the year, though. Mine is Loving. Loving, which is about the 1967 case where, in Loving versus Virginia, where,
Who directed it?
you know.
And who directed Hell or High Water?
Oh, that's
It's a Taylor
Taylor
Sheridan story. I don't think he directed it.
he didn't direct
though.
that.
No, I don't think
Fact
he directed
checker.
that.
Fact checker!
Fact checker!
I'll check out Loving. I should know. Wait. Oh, Jeff Nichols. I have it written down here.
Just remember Jeff 5 cents. Sorry.
What an asshole.
Way to get the Annie Hall joke in there. All right. What else has Jeff Nichols done?
I don't know.
Him I know from nothing.
Well, it's like Paul. Well, we talk about Tom McCarthy.
Tom Tamaroff.
Tom McCarthy,
Hakeem Tamaroff.
who directed Spotlight. He's only done 2 other films.
Yeah.
Since then, one of them's a Disney movie, and he continues to act, and he's a decent enough actor.
David Mackenzie directed Hell or High Water.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know that name at all either.
I don't
That's
either.
interesting.
I don't either.
But I remember loving Hell or High Water. I mean, I watched
I
Jeff
love the premise that they go around robbing banks to pay off their mother's mortgage.
Exactly. It's so American, isn't it? Yeah. The only thing that would have been better
But
if
they
it was
only rob the banks that they owe the mortgage to.
Right. The only thing would have been better was student loans, but that would that worked works too. All right, so for 2000,
There's one other film
go
I
ahead.
like, and it's a foreign film called Things to Love by Mia Hansen-Love. Are you familiar with her?
She did something a couple of years ago that
The
was
Bergman.
really good. Right,
The Bergman movie.
Island.
Bergman Island.
Yeah.
And this one, and I just wrote it down because I remember liking it, and that's why I was really excited about Bergman Island, and so I would put that down.
All right. So for 2016, I'm on La La Land, of course, by a sliver over Arrival, because I just love both of those. And John, you're on
Hell or High Water,
Hell or
but
High Water.
Arrival is a close second, and I highly recommend if you can find it somewhere, OJ Made in America.
Yeah, it's a classic already. And Mike, you're
Loving.
on. You're on Loving.
Yep.
Okay, terrific. Interesting choices for that year. We moved to 2017, and how pleased I was that Guillermo del Toro finally got his director. He should have won it for Pan's Labyrinth back in 2006, but for the film that ultimately won Best Picture, and that was The Shape of Water, which I really liked. I mean, mostly
I do too. The opening is absolutely amazing.
Yep. And Sally Hawkins holds it together.
I
think
liked
she-
it. I didn't love it.
Okay.
There were other films.
It
I
was
would've-
very cartoonish. Michael Shannon's character was kind of...
maybe that was
Yeah.
it.
And even Octavia Spencer's character was kind of not exactly fully fleshed out.
Mm-hmm.
But I loved the premise. I loved Doug Jones, who was all of the characters in Pan's Labyrinth, the faun and everything, and he plays the character, the water creature, whatever it is. And as always, without saying a word, he is wonderful. So what else was nominated in 2017?
Call Me by Your Name,
Yeah, sure.
The Darkest Hour,
What's that?
That's the film with Churchill.
Churchill with,
With Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman,
Yeah,
which I
yeah,
did
yeah,
not
yeah,
like.
yeah.
Dunkirk,
Sure enough.
Get Out, Lady Bird, a minor movie called Phantom Thread,
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it, yeah.
The Post,
Yeah.
and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. And the New York Film Critics and National Society of Film Critics gave it to Lady Bird. And the LA Film Critics Award went to Call Me by Your Name. Interesting thing, about a month ago, I was watching, again, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, and I didn't like it as much.
No.
When I saw it the first time, I thought, this is really original, this is good. And the second time, it's like, eh.
Yeah, I remember the first time I watched it, I liked it a lot, and I started watching it again one time, and I couldn't get
Yeah.
it off after a while.
It's
I
just-
just didn't keep me...
It's okay. I mean, I'd have thought that Woody Harrelson was better than Sam Rockwell, and Sam Rockwell got the...
Well, I thought Rockwell was superb.
He was
But
great.
I'm a Sam Rockwell fanatic.
No, and I was happy that he finally won for
Yeah.
something. But, a lot of good stuff. I mean, Get Out virtually started a whole genre unto
Yeah.
itself, the sort of social commentary horror flick. But I assume you guys are not going with Shape of Water as your... No.
No.
So where...
I like Shape of Water, but I'm going with Mike.
Oh,
Phantom
my
Thread.
God. Okay.
Both of you guys on Phantom Thread, yeah, absolutely. I've got to throw in Baby Driver, which is one of my
I
favorite
like- I like
genre
Baby
films.
What is
Driver.
that?
Yeah,
It's-
I like Baby Driver.
It's one of those. It's like
Irritated me.
Asphalt Jungle, a B picture with an A cast, and it holds up really well. Chloe Zhao's The Rider was that year too, which we
The Rider, yeah.
which was beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't like unprofessional actors. And the actors.
We go listen to our episode on Chloe Zhao if you want the whole download on that.
I like Dunkirk a lot.
Oh, Dunkirk.
Yeah, Dunkirk
I
is-
think it's Nolan's best film.
Extraordinary.
I think
And-
it's so good.
and something that is I've never seen in film before, using 3 different time frames within the same film.
Yeah.
A day, a week, an hour. I mean, that was just genius.
And I like
And-
Get Out very much.
Yes.
And I don't usually like horror movies.
And
You guys like Lady Bird?
it's okay.
yeah, good performance.
It's nothing I would watch again.
Yeah, I just remember when I was watching it. The part in the car. I was like, "Don't pick her up," when she jumps out of the car. I have half of them was so annoyed with her.
She was an annoying character.
Yeah.
But deliberately so.
Yeah.
I
Oh
mean,
yes, yes,
I
of
mean-
course. No, and she's very good in it. But
And Florida Project was 2017, which I saw
I
again.
liked less than other Sean Baker movies.
Really,
Florida. Yeah.
I love the presence of Willem Dafoe there, really, really works for me.
he
And
was very
the
good.
kids are great, and it's just so bleak in that bright pastel Florida sunshine. You can just feel it.
I want to put in a word for a movie that you guys might not have seen, called A Quiet Passion by Terrence Davies.
No,
It's Cynthia Nixon as Emily Dickinson,
really,
and it's lovely.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's good casting.
It's
That
really,
tracks.
and she's really, really good in it. And I don't always love her, but I really loved her in this.
And so you guys are going with Phantom Thread. That's my second, and I love genre films more than you guys do, and I went to this film unwillingly because it's one of those legacy sequels. It's a sequel to a film that was made 20, 30, 40 years ago that everyone seems to be doing, and they're almost all disasters. But Denis Villeneuve's vision in Blade Runner 2049 is just extraordinary. It's my favorite film of his. I like it better than the Dune films. I even like it better than Arrival. And there's that sequence towards the end. Did you guys see it?
No.
I haven't seen it.
Where they're out in the remnants of Las Vegas. That feels as close to Kubrick as anyone's gotten since Kubrick.
And I'm the person who walked out of the first one, and I walked it out after it was considered a great movie. The Ziegfeld had
Oh, the
it.
original Blade Runner?
Yeah.
Really?
After an hour.
You walked out of it?
Yeah. After an hour, I just said, I don't care about these people. I just, no.
I went to the original kind of skeptical too because I'm a huge fan of Philip K. Dick, and I was like, oh man, these guys are making a film out of this story, and I just thought the visuals were so startling for 1982. They call that one the film that invented the future. To compare Blade Runner 2049 with Phantom Thread is kind of insanity.
Oh, yeah.
But Phantom Thread is my second, but if you haven't seen it, even if you're not a Blade Runner fan in particular, it is so beautifully done and so creates this world. Great Ryan Gosling is in it. Harrison Ford comes back as Deckard, the main character. Robin Wright has a great little part, and Ana de Armas is in it. It's a really beautifully done film, and I had the chance to see it a couple of times on a really big screen, which would help. So I'm actually gonna be the minority vote here and give the minority report, as Philip K. Dick would say, and I'm going to go with Blade Runner 2049.
I want to talk, there's an aspect of Phantom Thread, because we have talked about Phantom Thread a lot before.
As
Ad
well
nauseam.
we should have, though.
That we haven't touched on before is that because there's something about Phantom Thread that it could exist in any time period.
Yep.
And it could have been made in any time period.
And in almost any art form. It doesn't have to be fashion.
Yeah, it exists. It's almost like this beautiful ornament on a Christmas tree that has nothing to do with anything else with the outside world.
And achieves what I always talk about in great works of art, that it is incredibly specific. I mean, at recreating that time and place, you really feel it.
Yeah.
And, as you say, John, absolutely universal.
Yeah.
That to me is part of what makes a great work of art.
I guess you could, and it's his pursuit of perfection.
Yeah.
Everything.
Which is what it was really about.
Yeah, everything has to be absolutely perfect, and everything in his life is an ornament.
But it took place the year I was born.
There you go.
1955.
No, and just the performances are just
Oh my God.
unspeakably good.
Yeah, everybody in it is just excellent.
Yeah, so go back to that one. That is, I just have to. I'm gonna sneak preview question. If you had to choose between Phantom Thread and One Battle, which would you choose?
One Battle.
Interesting. All right, we're gonna have fun in our Oscars
Yeah,
episode
One
this
Battle
year.
to me is a perfect movie. There's not a second. There's not anything I would change about that movie except the title.
Yeah, I'm not
Oh,
sure.
the title?
Although I understand that it's prominent in the book, One Battle After Another, even though it's not the name.
I haven't read Vineland, and I have read other Thomas Pynchon, but from what I understand, it's very loosely based.
Very
Yeah,
loosely.
yeah.
I mean, you don't get names like Lockjaw from anyone else but Pynchon.
Yes.
Let me put it this way. I'm skeptical about recommending Phantom Thread to some people. One Battle After Another I would recommend to anybody. I just think it's such a, We'll talk about it next time.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next time, and our one battle after another is I like Sinners more. But there's a sneak preview. So we come to, would we generally agree, the worst choice of the teams
my God,
for Best
yes.
Picture?
Absolutely.
I mean, Green Book is, okay, two very good actors, two very good performances. But it's so... It's almost offensive.
Well, it is.
In so many ways.
It is. The family
one
of...
part of the movie that I remember when I first saw it that really irritated me was that thing with the glasses when the guys are over working, and it's like, this guy works at a nightclub. He's interacting with black culture all the time.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, come on.
And what got me was the fact that the fried chicken. He had never heard
oh my
of
God, I
fried
hated
chicken.
that.
And,
That's where he lost me.
and
Yep.
I lived as a kid at that same time, 1962, 20 blocks from Carnegie Hall. I assure you, New Yorkers had heard of fried chicken.
Yeah,
I mean, it just insulted my
and
intelligence.
Viggo Mortensen playing Bronx Italian, teaching a black man how to properly eat fried chicken. I'm like, wow,
that was a bizarre scene.
No, it's...
Where's Hattie McDaniel when we need her?
It has moments. They're both excellent.
Yes, they're fine.
But yeah, there are times it's kind of like, really?
It's to me up there with Crash.
Yeah, it's one of the worst choices ever. I'm not arguing with that.
Considering the year that it came out.
Oh my God!
I mean, you guys know what I'm picking.
Yes, and out of the bunch, I would pick the same film. The other nominees was Black Panther, which I think is one of the best superhero movies.
Agreed.
It's the only one I can remember.
Because it's smart and complex
Yeah.
and has a villain who's mostly right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Black Klansman, which is, I think,
Also
my
great.
favorite Spike Lee movie. Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
The Favorite, which I liked a lot.
Yeah, no.
Roma.
Yeah.
A Star is Born, which is the best of the four. I'm one of the few people...
It's a low
I
bar, although I do like the Garland, but...
I still didn't like it, though.
You didn't? Really? I liked it.
I know a lot of people do.
Yeah, and I won't be, I won't have to see another one, I'm sure.
He says that at
Every
least once
episode.
every 2 or 3 episodes. You
Because-
gotta make it a drinking game. Every time Mike says that he's not gonna be alive for the next
A Star is Born.
Star is Born, do a shot.
Well, I don't think I will be. I hope not. And then the last one, which I did not like, was Vice.
Yeah, that one
not
it
Shane.
didn't quite work.
Good, good performance, but no.
New York film critics and LA film critics went with Roma, and the National Society of Film Critics went with The Writer.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we're all going Quaron Land, right? We're all going Roma.
Roma.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, just way ahead of the...
There are some...
I mean, are there really
way ahead
good
of the other
movies?
nominees. There are other good
Yeah,
movies.
there
Yes,
were other
yeah.
good movies.
Yeah.
You want to take them?
Yeah, my Deborah Granick, Leave No Trace, which is
That's a
Yes.
good movie.
flipping brilliant. I'm
Excellent.
sure you guys have First Reformed on
Yes.
your list,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is
Absolutely.
like
Oh, yeah.
not only a great
Beautiful.
film in and of itself, but holy crap, here's Paul Schrader out of
Oh,
nowhere.
my God,
in it.
yeah.
And Ethan Hawke.
Ethan Hawke.
Yeah.
Who's...
And Shoplifters.
Shoplifters I have.
Shoplifters,
Yep.
right? Coreda, and what else? And I have again genre film, Hereditary, Ari Aster's first film,
Didn't see
which
it.
it's really disturbing.
Yeah.
It's a horror film that's not gross out, but is disturbing. And I generally don't like Toni Collette, and she is amazing in
like
that
her.
film. So yeah, very good year. But
Can You Ever Forgive Me?
Yeah, that was good.
yep, good
Yeah,
film.
really good
That was
script.
good.
And both Melissa McCarthy and Richard E. Grant. That
Eighth
was
grade came out that year.
Superb.
Eighth grade, Bo Burnham. Yep, this was great.
A movie by Boots Riley called Sorry to Bother
Sorry to
You.
bother
I
you.
liked
And
a
Boots
lot.
has finally got a new film
Yes,
out
and
this
I can't
year.
wait.
Yes,
Yeah,
woohoo.
something to live for. And 2018 was a good year, but God, Green Book.
Wow. I mean, and
I
I
still
don't
don't see
understand.
Not only that, the fact that Roma came out the same year, and it's one of the best movies of the decade, of the
Absolutely.
last
Of
25
the century,
years.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's so we've talked at length about Roma, going all the way back to the earliest days of the podcast, which started in 2018. You all will recall, and so 8 years now, guys, almost come April. Holy moly, I know, right?
Really?
We were so young and,
And we're still
naive and
a
innocent back
non-profit
then.
organization.
Yep.
So send your pennies, too.
Exactly. Send your pennies and your love. We're like NPR. Our federal funding has been cut.
That's
so,
right.
So
And if we didn't get federal funding, it definitely would have been cut.
Yeah.
And I'm going to throw in one more, which is Barry Jenkins' next film after Moonlight, which is If Beale Street Could Talk.
Oh yeah, I like that. I like that better than Moonlight.
Yes, and very hard to adapt James Baldwin to the big screen, but he does it, and it's just beautiful.
Yeah.
It's really smart and lovely, and as you said, Mike, again, maybe aside from Dark Knight, Black Panther is it's the superhero film that people who hate the genre and admire.
That's me.
Yeah. Black Panther is really good, and as we've talked about before, the villain has a point.
Yes. And Michael B. just never ceases to amaze me, especially when he's working with Coogler. So we are all agreed that Green Book is a greatest show on earth, cavalcade, crash level, bad choice, and we're all going with Cuarón's Roma,
Yep.
which is unspeakably memorable and beautiful and touching and moving. Scenes.
It's got everything in it.
Yeah, it really does. I mean, especially the scene at the beach, but that's just one.
Still one of the most moving scenes I've ever seen, period.
Yep, and the scene for me is when she gives birth to the stillborn.
Amazing.
The
Oh
baby
my
was
God.
Just, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And,
when she says, can I hold it?
Can I hold it? Yeah. Oh my God. Just, love it.
She's great in it.
Yes.
Never acted before.
And has she since?
I don't think so.
I don't think so
She
either.
was studying to be a teacher.
Yeah, well.
So, and we moved from easily one of the 10, if not one of the 5 worst choices for Best Picture in Oscar history to
One of the best.
One of the
One of the
best.
best.
And one of the most daring, honestly. In 2019, I have a feeling we're all going to agree with where the Academy went.
Yep.
And that, of course, was with Bong
Parasite.
Joon-ho's Parasite.
How did that happen?
I don't know,
And
but...
it won the SAG Award for overall cast,
That's
which,
right.
and usually SAG doesn't nominate foreign language films. They didn't nominate either Sentimental Value or Secret Agent this year.
By the way, thank you to SAG for somebody finally acknowledged Michael B. Jordan's work in Sinners. So they didn't just hand it to Chalamet or DiCaprio.
That was a shock, actually, but a pleasant shock.
A very pleasant shock.
I voted for Ethan Hawke, but
so we in our 2019 year-end episode, we talked at length about Parasite. We talked about Parasite in our. We did an episode, I think it's 27, devoted entirely to Bong Joon-ho, and how it is sort of all of his other work was leading up to this, and it's just a perfect film.
Yeah.
And it does that
how did it win?
miraculous thing of mixing tones.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
because it goes from laugh out loud funny to cover your eyes horror, and then back again. And
Although I did know a few people who did not like it. I have to say,
I do
which
too.
surprised me.
I do too, but I think also one of the most interesting aspects of it, it's one of those movies where it's like, am I on their side? Or not?
Well, that's
Yeah.
and that's what made talking about films this year, jumping ahead again. What made Mickey 17 so disappointing?
Yeah.
I
mean,
we waited.
It was okay.
It was okay, and Pattinson, who I don't usually like, was good. But this is what we've been waiting 6 years from Bong Joon-ho for. Was Mickey 17?
But Parasite 2, it went in all these different directions.
Mm-hmm.
The first time watching it, it's like, what? Huh?
Yeah.
How did we get what?
And as we both said at the end, when we came out of it, John and I saw it together, we both said Buñuel would have smiled.
Yeah. It's a class war thing, and yet, but the the rich family are not horrible people.
No.
I mean, it would have been so easy to portray them as monsters, but like Buñuel,
they're snobs, but they're not horrible.
You don't mind the smell of poverty, John? Is that what you're saying? Oh my God, that's so brilliant! It's just I just hated the fact, spoiler alert, that the sister has to die because she's my favorite character.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
The fake art therapist. Yeah, don't you see? It's right there in the bottom right corner. You see that? You don't see that? Yeah,
But
just great.
Well, I love the moment when the mother comes into the room and she tells her next time, tells her off, but also she's she's built this amazing rapport with the little boy that nobody else could.
Just an amazing
If there's
achievement.
anybody who's listening to this podcast who hasn't seen it, see it.
Anything else
Oh,
worth
well, the
mentioning?
other nominees
other nominees.
Oh, yeah.
Were Ford versus Ferrari, which wasn't bad.
Which is good.
Yeah.
For this straightforward, kind of movie that it is and everything, it's very well done.
For the gearheads.
Much better than F1.
Yeah. Low bar.
The Irishman, which I liked a lot. I know.
I did like, we having a whole episode devoted to it,
Yeah.
so, it was nice to see Scorsese come back.
Come
with
back,
that
and he
level
came
of-
back.
No, I like The Irishman a lot, but Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
me too. Jojo Rabbit.
Which is good.
Yeah, I was.
But it's-
I
But it's-
liked it, but it
but
hasn't
it's-
held up well.
It is a rather disturbing movie, though.
Yeah. But that's Taika Waititi. That's what he does.
For me, one of the worst movies ever to be nominated for Best Picture, Joker. I know a lot of people liked it.
Wow.
I loathed it.
And he won, of course, he won
Best Actor
for
and
it.
I remember saying at the time his performance was a combination of Al Pacino and Sandy Dennis.
Yeah. Wow,
It was so
that
manic.
movie.
Yeah,
Loathed
there are
it.
a lot of people that loved
Love
it.
that.
though.
I know.
know.
And I'm like, guys, have you seen Taxi Driver and King of Comedy? Because that's all he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
And I guess he got his comeuppance. I didn't see it with Joker too.
Folie à deux. Yeah, which about... And they called it that because people saw it. So, there you go.
Little Women.
Which I liked a
Love-
lot.
I liked a lot, except for the casting of Timothée Chalamet. He looked just too damn young.
Okay, but...
Well,
But-
we should go back a couple to the year before.
Call Me By Your Name. Well, he looked too young, but the other one looked too old.
Yeah,
That was the
because there were
problem.
moments where I kind of went,
Ew. Yeah, same. I agree.
That was my introduction to the lovely Florence Pugh.
Yeah.
So
No, I liked everything else about
and
it.
she plays the sister who is awful and who everyone
Yeah.
hates. And actually, the first time I've ever, in any version I've read or seen of Little Women, and I love that Greta Gerwig ties in
Yeah.
that Joe becomes Louisa May Alcott at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, that was beautiful.
Yeah, no, I liked everything except Chalamet's casting. He just
Fair
looked-
enough.
When they were arguing about who was going to go off with Laurie, I just said, well, why don't you just get adoption papers? Because he looked like he was about 14.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right, you're talking about Bob Dylan there, though.
Yeah, well, I liked him in Bob Dylan. Marriage Story, which you guys didn't like that I did. I did. I think that's what's his name.
You liked it a lot.
Yeah, I did. I did.
I felt like a lot of the scenes. I just felt like I was watching an exercise in acting class.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. Well, 1917, which was the favorite to win the Oscar.
Yeah,
that
everybody.
year.
Yeah, everyone
so
thought.
disappointing.
Overrated. And I like
know.
Sam Mendes, but that...
And you know I'm a World War I obsessed.
Yeah.
I literally took a trip to Belgium to see the battlefields last summer. And I was so excited about it, and it really wasn't that good.
Yeah, well, too much emphasis on the technical feat that it was doing, and I think without the cameos, it might have been better.
Yes, absolutely.
Maybe,
It's
yeah.
like, oh, there's Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah,
What's he
it
doing
takes you out
here?
of the
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah,
Totally.
And nobody saw Parasite coming too. So
Right.
Yeah, but I think it got the Producers Guild. I think it got the Directors Guild Award. So Parasite was really an upset.
Yep.
And we
they were
talked
right.
about this extensively. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was the other nominee.
which I
I like.
liked a lot until the last part, and when he goes cartoony with the violence.
Oh my God, really? I mean, do you have to shoot the person on fire close up 5 times and bang someone's head into the mantelpiece?
Yeah,
2 times would have done Brad Pitt,
Yeah,
but
once to do it, twice to make sure, and then boom, boom, boom. It's like, oh my God.
Come on, man. It's the same with the ending of Hateful Eight and Django. Not so much Bastards, but yeah, I don't know where he has gone awry with that. But so much leading up to that. Episode 14 is devoted entirely to Once Upon a Time in Hollywood when it came out, so check that out. But yeah.
The New York Critics Award went to The Irishman, but the LA Film Critics and National Society of Film Critics went to Parasite.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw in just because they again genre directors. Florence Pugh meets Ari Aster in Midsummer, and there is not a film that looks or feels like Midsummer. It's a dark horror film in nonstop sunshine. Did you guys see it?
I have not seen
I did
that
not
yet.
see
I've
it.
been kind of putting it off. I know a lot of people like it a lot.
It gets a little graphic in places. That's true.
I did like his last film.
Eddington.
Eddington. I did
it's
like
in my
it.
top 10.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. I think it's going to be... It's prophetic.
Although, boy, nobody went to see it.
I'm going to throw in Robert Eggers' next film, The Lighthouse, the one with Defoe and Pattinson.
That one I saw.
Which was really odd and interesting.
Yeah, I love the photography in that.
I liked Booksmart a lot.
I have
Booksmart,
that.
I have that too.
I have Booksmart, and one of my...
Pain and Glory. I know you have one.
Yeah, it's right here. Pain and Glory. It's one of my... it was my second favorite Almodovar movie of the century.
And I'm going to throw in Jordan Peele's second film, Us, which in some ways is scarier than Get Out.
Maybe that's why I didn't like it.
It's not. I don't think it's a better film than Get Out, but
I have to watch that again because I remember when I saw it, I was like, I'm not quite getting all of this. I kind of liked it, but I was like, I don't think I'm absorbing or understanding everything. I have to watch it again.
Any movie that begins with Hands Across America footage is like. I mean, that was like the most 80s thing that you could... I loved Hands Across America. I wasn't in Hands Across America, but... oh, well. So, yeah, a good year for genre film, but, and there are elements of Parasite that you would classify as horror. But, always just such an incredible balance of tones. I don't know how he does it.
Yeah.
Everyone in it is so good.
Yeah.
Yep. It's really, and I was so proud of them for picking that as over 19. I wouldn't have been sad if 1917 and Sam Mendes had won, but
I would have.
Yeah, it wasn't
a very good movie.
Parasite's a much better film. All right, so that brings us to the end of the decade. All right, with the worst choice followed by one of the best choices. And you should definitely go back, I would recommend, and listen to some of our other alternate Oscars Best of Decades episodes. There's some good stuff in there. It's a fun way to get... It's a great way to stimulate discussion about the films that we love and love not so much. So, at this point, we pass it on to Minnesota Mike Edmond with his necrology, and we've lost some pretty big people.
I'm going to start out with Robert Duvall.
Sure.
95, film, TV, and stage actor and occasional director. He studied at the Neighborhood Playhouse along with fellow actors Dustin Hoffman and Gene Hackman. He appeared in episodic TV programs for a few years until he made his film debut in 1962 with To Kill a Mockingbird as Boo.
You start out as Boo Radley. That's pretty good.
Yeah. His second film was another movie with Gregory Peck, Captain Newman, M.D., and after that, he never stopped working. Other films during his relative youth were Bullet, True Grit,
right.
The Rain People, THX 1138,
Lucas,
and MASH. But he made a huge name for himself playing Tom Hagen in The Godfather and The Godfather Part 2. For The Godfather, he won the New York Film Critics Award and an Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actor. He would win 6 other nominations, 3 for Best Supporting Actor, Apocalypse Now, A Civil Action, and The Judge, and 3 for Best Actor, The Great Santini, The Apostle, and Tender Mercies. For the 1983 Tender Mercies, he won the Oscar as well as the New York Film Critics Award, the LA Film Critics, National Society of Film Critics, and the Golden Globe. Other of his 145 films included Joe Kidd, The 7% Solution as Dr. Watson.
Yeah, I like that.
Network, The Betsy, True Confessions, Days of Thunder, Rambling Rose, Falling Down, The Paper, Sling Blade, Crazy Heart, and Hustle with Adam Sandler, which was his last film at age 92.
I liked him in Falling Down. Everyone remembers Michael Douglas, but no one remembers him. He's great in that.
His favorite role on TV, Lonesome Dove, won him 2 Emmy nominations. But he won an Emmy 18 years later after that for Broken Trail. He directed 5 films. We're Not the Jet Set, Angelo My Love, both documentaries, The Apostle, Assassination Tango, and Wild Horses, which he directed at the age of 84. He wrote all the films except for Jet Set. He lived far from the New York Hollywood scene in a horse farm in rural Virginia. Unlike most of his actors of his generation, he was also a Republican conservative libertarian, although according to the Times obituary, he was not a supporter of Donald Trump.
Yeah. Yep, that makes sense.
Okay, 3 favorite Duvall films, guys.
Oh, well, obviously his role as Tom Hagen.
Tom Hagen's one. Yep.
We can all agree on that.
I mean, you can't ignore that. It's kind of because the character might be the smartest person in the movie, but very self-effacing.
Yeah.
Very quiet.
And there's a moment I always remember in Godfather 2 where he has no dialogue, and it's the part when Johnny Ola comes to see Michael, and you had that shot of him leaving, going out through the hallway, leading the lounge, whatever that room is, and he looks up and he can tell he's really hurt that he's being excluded.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah, you feel his shame and vulnerability. Obviously, had a stunning debut in To Kill a Mockingbird. I have Tender Mercies. I think is one of his best performances. One of my favorites. I really like him in 7% Solution.
Okay.
That's the one where Nicole Williamson is homeless, right?
Yeah.
I mean, he's
an odd
almost,
movie, but a good one.
Yeah, but he's like unrecognizable in it, and playing British. And
Yeah.
he's really convincing.
I'm gonna add Colonel Kilgore. I mean,
Yeah, obviously,
he's only
yes.
in Apocalypse
Yeah.
for a few minutes,
But
and
he
absolutely
stops the film.
owns the film.
He owns
right?
the film, yeah.
And my third, aside from Tom Hagen, is The Twilight Zone was on for 5 seasons. In the 4th season of Twilight Zone, they decided to do hour-longs. And the hour-longs aren't seen much because obviously much harder to do syndication. And he did one with Claire Griswold called Miniature, about this very shy young man who works at a museum and peers into a dollhouse, and to him it appears that the characters have all come to life. And, they think he's crazy, they think, his family is and I won't say what happens in the end, but it's back in circulation. Now that Twilight Zone is on streaming, the hour-long episodes are back, and also Miniature was taken out of circulation because there was a lawsuit. Someone said they sent Serling the same idea, and blah, blah, blah. But if you can track down the episode, it's pretty easy to find now. His performance in Miniature is right 1 year after he did Boo Radley, so it's 63. So moving, so quietly dignified and beautiful. So that's my closet third favorite Duvall performance.
Well, that's one of the things he was so good at. It was very restrained, quiet. Because I agree with what you said earlier about what later in his career started to become kind of hammy.
I mean, actually, the start of I noticed that was The Apostle, which everybody loved him in. He got
nominated.
his 5th Oscar nomination, and he won a couple of Critics Awards. And I thought, you're chewing the scenery, Bobby.
Yeah,
he never did
because
that before.
Because it happened. I mean, it's not a great movie, but I really like him in Captain Newman, M.D. Where
Yep.
he's very, very subtle.
Okay, my
What do you agree,
favorites, well, Tender Mercies, definitely. This might surprise you, MASH.
Sure.
I think he is superb as Frank Burns.
Yep.
And unlike the TV show, which
But it's not the movie.
it's not the movie, but I really didn't like the character in Frank Burns in the TV show. It was so cartoony.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And with Burns, even after he's in a straitjacket, you feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
And that's because of Duvall.
Yeah.
And the other one, you're going to probably put me in a straitjacket when I say this. It's possibly one of his worst movies, The Chase.
Oh, no, he's really good in it.
He is fantastic in this movie. He gives the best performance in this movie. And, you got Brando. You have, Robert Redford, I think, was miscast.
Yes.
You have Jane Fonda, James Fox, Janice Rule. So many people, even people who normally aren't, to me, good, like Miriam Hopkins and Martha Heyer. They were good.
Yeah. E.G. Marshall.
E.G. Marshall, great. but Duvall steals it. And he plays this pathetic loser, the vice president of a bank that nobody likes. His boss ignores him. He doesn't invite him to his birthday party. And his wife disdains him. And he's trying so hard. It is a beautiful performance, and I guess what is considered a really bad movie. I mean, Arthur Penn sued to get his name taken off. Horton
Yeah, but
Foote
it's fun.
sued to take his
But
name
it's
off.
fun.
Lillian Hellman sued to get her name taken off, and they all blame Sam Spiegel because he took the last cut of the movie. But if we ever do a bad movie segment, movies that we like, I would definitely put the
Bad
Chase.
movies that are fun.
Bad movies that we love.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good
Chase
one.
is up there.
I would
up there.
definitely put the Chase there.
Yeah,
brilliant.
And especially Duvall's performance. I have one other little sideline about Mr. Duvall. John knows this. I don't know if you know this. I spent a week with him in a civil court. He was being sued.
Not with him, watching him.
Watching him, yes. Well, I was there and he was there. He was being sued by a producer that he fired for Angelo, My Love.
Right.
And it was this producer from ABC Wild World of Sports. And Duvall was being sued, and this was the part that shocked me at the time even, and this was in 1985, for $25,000. Wow. That's what the whole trial, we were locked in for 6 days. There were 6 of us. I was the foreman. There were 2 women.
You were Martin Balsam? Really?
Yeah. Well, it's only because of where I was sitting. They didn't vote for me.
That's pretty.
And there were 2 women. There were 2 women on the jury who had never heard of Robert Duvall. One who had never heard of The Godfather.
Okay.
Yeah.
And those people are allowed to vote.
Sure.
Ironically.
I'm sure.
And we were deadlocked over this silly lawsuit, and I came up with the idea of putting in whatever we think that the producer was owed, divided by 6, and Duvall owed $6,700. And I told the lawyer afterwards what we had done, but it was the silliest
I'm sure none
case.
of them had seen 12 Angry Men either.
Exactly.
And Duvall, all I remember about his testimony, he kept saying, "I'm not made out of money." So when he turned out to be a Republican, I wasn't that surprised. Sorry, Robert, but that was the silliest.
okay.
That was the silliest trial.
The man's legacy speaks for itself.
Yeah.
I mean, except for towards the end, as you guys say, not really a bad performance in the bunch.
Yeah. Bud Cort, 77.
Oh, yeah.
Stage and screen actor. He was working in Manhattan doing stand-up comedy when Robert Altman saw him and gave him a small role as Boom, a shy medic in MASH. But Altman gave him the title role in his next film, Brewster McCloud,
in
which
the
was
Astrodome,
released in the
yeah.
same year. That film, which also starred Shelley Duvall, Sally Kellerman, and in a hilarious cameo, Margaret Hamilton. Cort played a flight-obsessed boy who lives in a shelter under the Houston Astrodome and becomes a suspect in a series of bird-dropping related deaths. That film was not a success, but a year later, Cort starred in Harold and Maude opposite Ruth Gordon and directed by Hal Ashby. The film, which was a dark comedy about a 21-year-old boy and his affair with a 79-year-old, was a critical and financial flop, but later became popular on college campuses and is now listed as number 9 in the AFI's list of all-time great romantic comedies.
Wow. Yeah, well,
I wouldn't give it that. But,
No, but Ruth Gordon is so good, and he's great.
His other films were not as popular, including Son of Hitler and Who Shot the Teacher. In 1979...
We missed Son of Hitler?
Yeah. He was in a car accident which left him with broken bones and a disfigured face. Much of his money went to plastic surgeries. He had minor roles in Heat, The Life Aquatic with Steve Zissou, Coyote Ugly, and Pollock. And judging from what it said in the New York Times obituary, he kind of hurt himself. Because after Harold and Maude, he somehow thought he could walk on water. And when he read for Milos Forman, one of the roles in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, he wanted to read for the lead.
Oh.
And he's not right for it.
No.
And it's like, what's in your mind? And, yeah.
He was the son of Hitler. What do you expect?
Yeah. So, yeah.
Got nowhere to go with that.
Okay. Roger Allers, 76. Film and stage director as well as Disney animator. He established himself in the animated musical Oliver and Company as the head of the story team. Other films followed, including The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, The Rescuers Down Under, and Aladdin. His success as a storyboard artist and story developer led to his first assignment as a director, co-directing The Lion King.
Okay. You know.
Along with Rob Minkoff, the film was an enormous success, grossing $1 billion worldwide. Then Allers shifted to adapting it for the Broadway stage, where it became an enormous hit.
Still
and
running.
29 years later, it is still one of Broadway's hardest tickets.
My Girl Julie Taymor, yep.
It won 6 Tony Awards, and Allers was nominated for Best Book of a Musical, only to lose to Terrence McNally for Ragtime. Allers later directed The Little Match Girl, based on a Hans Christian Andersen story, and was nominated for an Oscar for Best Animated Short.
Okay. Yeah. Some good... I mean, you know, those...
I'm one of the few people who does not like The Lion King. I didn't like the animated movie.
Well, no, because Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast, and half of Aladdin were written by Menken and Ashman. And Ashman was a brilliant lyricist. And I once saw Elton John at a concert, and he said, you know, I wrote the songs for Lion King in about a half an hour. And, yeah, it kind of sounds like it.
Yeah. But I didn't like the story.
It's the circle of life.
Yeah,
what can you do?
Okay. James Vanderbeek, 48. TV, film, and stage actor, best known for his TV series Dawson's Creek, where he played the title role. He was believable as a 15-year-old teenager. He was 19 at the time. And the show ran for 6 seasons, and it was very popular on the new WB network. It was one of the first TV shows to deal with teenage sexuality. Procter & Gamble, one of the show's original producers, dropped out and wouldn't sponsor it. During this time...
Maybe they'll sponsor us.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, now that we lost our federal funding. Come on.
During that time, Vanderbeek appeared in the film Varsity Blues, and later films included Kevin Smith's Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back, where he played himself, and the film version of Bret Easton Ellis's The Rules of Attraction. His final film was Sideline, The QB and Me. I've never seen him.
Never heard of it, yeah.
No, I've never seen him in anything.
Oh,
I've never watched Dawson's Creek. I'm not a teenager.
No, I wasn't in
Never
the 90s.
saw Varsity
anyway.
Blues?
Nope.
It's very popular still.
Yeah.
It's a good high school football movie. That's about as much as I can say for it.
Robert Carradine,
Yeah.
actor, 71, the youngest son of actor John Carradine. He made his film debut in the John Wayne film The Cowboys in 1972. Although he didn't reach the notoriety of brothers David and Keith, he did work in films fairly constantly. Among his film appearances were Mean Streets, Coming Home, Orca, The Long Riders, appearing with his brothers as well as with Dennis and Randy Quaid, The Big Red One, and his most famous film, The Revenge of the Nerds, which he reprised in 3 TV films. On television, he was best known for the Disney series Lizzie McGuire.
Sure, he's the dad. No, well, my daughter was Lizzie McGuire.
Oh, okay. All in all, he had 150 film and TV credits, but he suffered from bipolar disorder for 2 decades, and he committed suicide.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, just for nothing else, just his laugh in Revenge of the Nerds. And I love that movie because it's about college freshmen in like 1983, 84, and I was a college freshman in about 1983, 84. Oh. So it's not exactly the classiest humor I ever read. It's not exactly a Shakespearean comedy, but it's kind of hilarious. So sorry to lose him, especially the way we lost
it's
him.
sad. He seemed to be very well liked, too.
Yeah.
Tom Noonan, 74. Actor and off-Broadway playwright and director. The younger brother playwright John Ford Noonan, Tom was known for playing frightening villains. Among his more famous roles were a psychopathic killer in Manhunter, a serial murder in The Last Action Hero, and a sweet Frankenstein monster in The Monster Squad. Among his other 48 credits were FX, RoboCop 2, What Happened Was, The Astronaut's Wife, and Heaven's Gate. In theater, he carved out a theatrical career as a stage actor, playwright, and director, principally at the Paradise Factory Theater, which he founded with his business partner, Jack Kruger, in an abandoned ice cream factory in the East Village. There he wrote, starred in, and directed...
Isn't that where we went to that party that Missy had?
It might have been. That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, that tracks. That's a Missy place.
There he wrote, starred in, and directed What Happened Was, about an awkward first date, Wifey, Wang Dang, about a has-been filmmaker, and The Shape of Something Squashed, about a washed-up actor. He turned all 4 plays into films, and what happened was won the Grand Jury Prize at the 1994 Sundance Film Festival.
Okay.
Frederick Wiseman,
Oh,
96.
on the Mount Rushmore of
Yep,
documentarians.
documentarian.
Yep.
A law professor, he studied at Yale. He pretty much made 1 film a year since his controversial film debut, To the Cut Follies, in 1967.
Yeah.
That film, which exposed brutalities at the Bridgewater State Hospital for the criminally insane in Massachusetts, remains the only film ever banned in the United States for reasons other than obscenity, immorality, or national security. The ban, imposed by Massachusetts on the ground that the film violated the inmates' privacy, was lifted in 1991, and the film subsequently aired on PBS. That's where I saw it.
Me too.
All of his films were free of narration and shot with national light, and they were often concerned with public institutions and the abuses therein. Among his better-known works were High School,
Yeah.
Public Housing, Welfare, and Domestic Violence. Despite the fact that he had made 50 films in 56 years, he was always trying to raise money for the productions. His documentaries weren't commercial. Most of his films ranged from 2 to 6 hours long. Mm-hmm. The only time filmmaking was not a financial struggle for him was from 1971 to 1981, when he had a 5-year contract with New York public television station WNET, which was arranged by Fred Friendly, then with the Ford Foundation.
Of course.
Wiseman's only banned film other than To the Cut Follies was 2004's The Garden, his film about Madison Square Garden. The owners of the garden brought suit.
Stolens.
Wiseman countered-sued, and it was settled, but there was still a problem with some of the music played at the garden. Wiseman's films were never nominated for a competitive Academy Award, but in 2017 he was awarded an honorary Oscar. His final film, Menus, Plaisir les Trois.
About the restaurant.
Right. 2023, won the New York Film Critics Award for Best Documentary. It ran 4 hours.
Yeah, no, I mean,
which I saw.
It's verite. I mean, it's the
It
closest
really
document.
is, yeah.
I'm going to put my camera down and I'm just going to record what happens. I'm not going to edit in a manipulative way. Mike, as you said, no special lighting, no music, no effects. I am just going to record.
And he kept on.
An amazing career.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sadly,
oh, good Lord.
Catherine O'Hara, Canadian actress. She started out as an understudy to Gilda Radner in Second City, the improv group. Second City gave rise to the Canadian sketch comedy show SCTV, one of the funniest shows of the late 1970s and early 80s.
Imagine having both her and Andrea Martin there together. It was amazing.
O'Hara gave rise to characters such as Lola Heatherton, and could mimic famous actresses as varied as Meryl Streep, Katharine Hepburn, and Brooke Shields.
I love Lola Heatherton. I want to bury your children.
When that series ended, she started making American films, including Martin Scorsese's After Hours, Tim Burton's Beetlejuice and the sequel Beetlejuice, Mike Nichols' Heartburn with Meryl Streep.
Yep.
And her most commercially successful film, Home Alone, and its sequel, Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. But her most beloved films were her 4 films she made with Christopher Guest.
Yep.
Waiting for Guffman, Best in Show, A Mighty Wind, and the lead in For Your Consideration, where she played an actress desperately campaigning for an Oscar nomination. But for me, her best role, and I know you guys didn't get into the show as much as I did, was on Schitt's Creek, where she played, which was on Canadian television for 6 years. She played Moira Rose, an ex-soap opera actress. And it became a critical and popular hit here in the U.S. For Schitt's Creek, O'Hara won her second Emmy as Best Actress in a Comedy. Her first was for SCTV. And just a few days ago, she was posthumously awarded by SAG-AFTRA for the Actor Award for Best Actress in a Television
studio.
Comedy for the studio.
Yeah.
Have you guys watched that?
100%.
Have you?
She's
I haven't seen
wonderful.
It is so funny.
So
it's like
funny.
The Player on steroids.
Yes, and she's wonderful.
And she
in
was
it.
wonderful in it. Everybody in it
Yep.
is good. In this series, she played a bitter former studio chief fired because of age and sexism. And she conspires in various ways to get even with the studio head named Griffin Mill.
Yep. A lovely tip of the hat to Alton in there, yeah, and the
Yep,
player.
yep.
Love it.
Seth Rogen, the star and creator of the studio, when accepting the award, said that she could be a genius and kind all at the same time. And I don't know if you watched the Actor Awards. There wasn't a dry eye in that.
Yeah, I've adored her. I mean, I started watching SCTV when I was 10 or 11.
Well,
and
that-
a lifelong fan.
SCTV was.
Well-
I wish they would show it again.
Yeah, you can see some of it on...
It's probably on YouTube.
I think they're
YouTube.
starting to bring it back to bring it into streaming. Yeah,
They should. They should. And now they've recently, on HBO Max, has posted all of the Schitt's Creeks. Guys, give it another try.
Yep.
Because her role and everybody's role, it starts out with these horrible people, and it evolves. And I gotta tell you, the last episode, it got me through the pandemic, by the way.
I hear
That in this
you.
show, I laughed and cried at the same half hour. It's to me, it is one of the best situation
And
comedies
my
ever.
favorite Catherine O'Hara moment of many is the end of Mighty Wind, which is actually my favorite of those films, even more so than Best in Show. And when she's Mickey, Mitch and Mickey, Eugene Levy, and they're supposed to kiss at the end of the song, remember the kiss at the end of the rainbow, and when they do, I actually got a lump in my throat. It was so beautiful. I'm like, how does she do this?
Yeah.
I mean, she was miraculous.
Did you ever see For Your Consideration?
Yes.
Because most people didn't. That one was not
Actually, I've watched the first couple of episodes of the studio, and I have to stay with it.
Stay with it.
Yeah.
But that is just a terrible loss.
Yeah,
That's,
real. And I didn't even know she was sick.
yeah.
I mean, that's...
Speaking of FCTV, and I hope they do bring it back, but one of my favorite things they ever did in that was the night school Hollywood Squares.
Yes!
I mean, so many. Great.
That was absolutely hilarious, especially the bit with John Candy. Because did you? He's like, no, I didn't. Buzz. He kept going back. So, no, I didn't press anything.
No, and that original cast with Harold Ramis too.
Oh, yeah.
In the first
And
couple
Eugene
of years.
Levy.
Right.
I mean,
and,
you can't mention all her films and Schitt's Creek without mentioning Eugene Levy.
Yep.
But
If you can track down those old SCTVs, they are absolutely hilarious.
my
And-
favorite was The Miracle Worker with Edith Prickley. As Anne Sullivan. And Catherine O'Hara as, I think they called
Patty
it...
Duke part.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they didn't call her Helen. They called her Monster or something like that.
God.
It was so funny.
I was always a Count Floyd, big Count Floyd
Oh, I loved
fan.
it when he did Count Floyd, and then it was a Bergman takeoff.
Yeah. Or,
And he said, well, it was kind of depressing. Well, depression can be scary, too.
send in, I don't know, $5 and you'll get your magic 3D glasses to Count Floyd and Dr. Tong's Evil House of Pancakes. Would you like some pancakes?
Anyway, thank you, Catherine O'Hara, for the memories.
Absolutely. All right, that is for our generation especially, that is a terrible loss and unexpected. All right, let's move on to brighter things, happier times. Jono, your quote quiz of the month. S'il vous plaît.
Our last episode quiz was, who are you going to believe, me or your own eyes? That was from Duck Soup.
Yes.
Chico Marx
That's a fun
doing his imitation of Groucho, directed by Leo McCarey, 1933. And if you don't know why I picked that quote, you have not been paying attention to the news.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So, sad to say.
Yeah.
My new quote is,
Drum roll.
it is the small things, everyday deeds of ordinary folk that keeps the darkness at bay. Simple acts of kindness and love.
I don't know that one off the top of my head. Nope, neither does mine. All right, well, guys, if you think you know, if you want to find out the answer, please check out our website at www.vintagesand.com. So thus wraps our last alternative Oscar Best Pictures anyway. episodes. Our next episode, of course, is the one everyone looks forward to. Will come after the Oscars. We're recording this a week and a half or so before the Oscars come, and we'll do our Oscars recap and our thoughts on 2025, a year where, as we were all saying, I had to actually struggle to cut it down to 10.
Oh, God.
In all the years we've done this, I've never had to do this. I've had to kind of reach for 8 or 9 or 10.
I had between 30 and 40 honorable mentions.
25 is going to go down as a great
Really good
year
year.
in film.
Yeah.
And as I said, there's a more than decent chance that we're going to have our very first special guest. But more on that to come. And hopefully the first of many. We will, it's a way we'll keep Vintage Sand alive. Keep, with the occasional exciting guest star. So, we are on all platforms, of course. We are on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts and Spotify and on YouTube. We are, as ever, a 5 9s and a 4 production. We want to thank Melissa for the tech help, Mama Sue for the use of the hall, and Theo for the ass-kicking logo. Again, check out if you want more information on the films and the actors and actresses we've talked about, or if you have ideas for episodes. We're always looking for that from you guys. www.vintagesand.com. And I ask you that if we have fans, and I would ask just one favor of you guys, which is just tell one person about us. Just tell one person who you think is a film fan. And that is the best thing you could do for us. We don't do this for money, of course. We do it for our own.
Why not?
I know, right? Well, it's just our own arrogance to think our opinions are worth listening to. I mean, you have to admire that at least. But here we are, and don't lose faith. Keep hope. Remember that art can save the world, especially film, and we've only yet begun to fight. And above all things, we wish you, as ever, that your favorite films may always be streaming.